Good day once again, friendly viewers. This is a Naruto 617 manga chapter review. Last week I went on and I could have made a 20-minute video about how much I about last week's chapter. I mean, it really annoyed me. I could have ranted about that for a long time. This week, actually, I'm surprised I can't find that much to rant about, which is definitely a good thing. Like, however much I enjoyed ranting last week, I'm gonna have to say this week I actually enjoyed Naruto. It's weird, isn't it? A Naruto fan enjoying Naruto, but yeah, it was it was a solid chapter. So one of the big things for me last week that it was missing, or that it tried to force in there, was the Rock Lee and Neji thing. It only had like one panel, and it was really weirdly done. I didn't like that at all. That was completely sort of fixed, because this week Neji and Rock Lee have like 3 or 4 pages, dedicated to them and their relationship. And that was really good to see. It goes on to show Kakashi's memory of a conversation he had with Shikaku just a little bit earlier, before Shikaku died, obviously, when they're using their mind powers. And Kakashi's basically saying that Naruto's chakra tripled the power of his Kamui, so that's pretty intense. I guess the only thing I can really say that was a bit annoying about this chapter was that there was a lot of explaining how amazing Naruto's chakra is and how much of it is and blah blah. But to be honest, I didn't mind that, because there was a lot of action in this as well, some really good action as well, which I'll come on to a bit later. But this part of the chapter, Kurama is talking about, how Naruto has grown, and the fourth Hokage wanted him to take on this legacy almost, because he's given him that power and he wants him to use it, and now Naruto is using that power effectively. I quite like the diagram. Often the diagram used, or the diagrams that Kishimoto draws, I think we can all remember Itachi's wonderful clipboard of confusion, with the trying to explain Ishinagi. That was horrible. Anyway, so the diagram was really good because it's like a DNA kind of structure, and it's got like the way that amino acids would join, so they have the like lock and key model. And that's really cool, because then you realise that not only is Naruto just giving people chakra, but he's giving them certain types of chakra, very specific chakra, to help them out even more. So that I appreciate that diagram. We get like a lot of really good pages in this chapter, like lots of big pages. We get full page or almost full pages with really big panels, or we get double page spreads. On this double page spread, it's really cool because it's got Naruto's head in the middle and then all the powered up people behind him. Only problem with that I have is that Naruto's eyes are very wide. I don't know if he's actually turning into a frog, or if that's just me being very cynical. So after that, Madara decides that he's going to give the Ten Tails a bit more power. Again, I'm not too sure how that's working, but Kishimoto still needs to explain that. So it makes Shikamaru look like he's literally going to shit himself. He's as constipated as anyone could get, and crouching down like. And poor him. I mean, he's been like holding on to the Ten Tails with the Nara clan for all this time, and everyone's just been chatting away. So it's cool to get this is bringing it back into the fight. Everyone starts doing their specific fighting styles and like shooting out Biju bombs, and the Hyuga clan are doing all their stuff and everything, and it attacks the hands, and the hands are getting all like blah blah blah. That's another thing I don't understand. Why is the Ten Tails tails like big arms? That's a bit confusing. But otherwise that's kind of cool, because they're really attacking the Ten Tails, and you kind of, before it felt like the Ten Tails was OP, and now it feels like, oh, maybe they've got a chance. To be honest, I know that it's not gonna. Well, I don't think the Ten Tails is going to be beaten by any sort of traditional means. There's going to be some sort of like sealing technique that is needed. I don't know how it's going to happen, but this seems a bit far fetched to destroy the Ten Tails, because it's like a creature of God. Everyone's really upset about Neji's death at this point, and it's weird because, I mean, obviously it's very upsetting and we all really like Neji. Kishimoto seems to be compensating for the lack of screen time Neji had, because Neji hasn't been in this series like at all. He was in that anime filler where they had to fight themselves, which I could have shot myself during, but otherwise everyone seems really upset that this genius has died. And it's weird because we didn't really know him that well. so it feels a little bit over dramatic, but it is cool because all the shinobi are like together and they're like running like rah rah rah. In the end, it turns out that Hinata's a better medical ninja than Sakura. Yeah, this basically makes Sakura almost completely useless. I mean, Hinata is just better at this point. I don't know. Kishimoto's got a lot to do to bring Sakura back, but you know she's in trouble. Okay, so after Naruto gets his shoulder relocated by Hinata, which is confusing at first because you only see a hand, and then you have to see this big like panel to point out or figure out who it is. Because I thought it was a hand coming in, and then Sakura was going to make an appearance. That would have been pretty cool because then it would be like, oh, she's useful again. But no, it's Hinata, and they're all like charging. I don't actually know where Sakura is at this point, but they're all charging, and Naruto throws a Rasengan Shuriken thing. Weirdly, it goes straight through Obito. I'm not sure if it's cutting him, but it looks like it's going through him. So I guess that's the initial thing, and then they're going to attack him a second time. However, in the background, Rock Lee has just done some crazy roundhouse kick through Madara's body. So that was a bit unexpected. I don't know. I know Madara's not going to die from that because obviously it has to be sealed, but I didn't think Madara would let Lee kick him in the stomach. Man, the action was so good. I really liked that action. It was like 2 panels. It was, you know, the first page with Rock Lee kicking him, and then the next page it has like a more sort of bird's eye view on it, like sort of slightly zoomed out, a wider angle. It was just so good. Like I really like this chapter. I don't know. I can't remember the last time I felt this way about a Naruto chapter. I usually always found a big like thing that really annoyed me or irks me about the chapter. But yeah, I really enjoyed this one. What do you think? Was it as good for you? I mean, the best thing was that the ending, like Sasuke actually makes a return, and they've arrived at this place with like black cloaks and stuff. And like, to be honest, since we saw Sasuke last week, the usual Kishimoto style is to not bring Sasuke back into a chapter for another 6 weeks. So I was really surprised about that in a very good way. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens next. Usually when you have a scene at the end of the chapter, like that kind of cliffhanger, like where has he arrived to, usually that leads on to the next chapter. So maybe we'll see what Sasuke and Orochimaru are seeing next chapter. I really hope so. I kind of feel like this may boost the plot a bit more. It may actually get the story going. Yeah, I can't wait for that, and it's really cool, and this chapter was great. What do you think? Please comment below. If you like this video, then thumbs it up. If you like all my videos, then feel free to subscribe. Also check out my DeviantArt. This is my artwork. And yeah, thanks for watching. Check out my other videos if you're interested, and also check out FMP where I do like news videos, and I've got an interview this Saturday. Yes, this Saturday at 11 PM GMT, so Greenwich Mean Time, with the one and only Whytmanga. So if you're a fan of Whytmanga and you want to ask him some questions, then go over to Fraser Marsh Phoenix channel, subscribe, and it'll come up in your subscription feed. So yeah, thanks for watching, and adios amigos.